Hello, Mr.
Hello, Abby. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Okay.
Interview questions. What skills we can use if we don't understand language?
Okay, so skills that we use when we don't understand the language. Communication skills, especially non-verbal, because you can use gestures, point, or do other things, and good listening skills.
How many languages do you know?
I'm bilingual in Japanese and English, and then I also speak French and Chinese. But the strongest is English and Japanese, of course, and then right now Chinese is the weakest.
What do you feel when nobody understands you?
What do I feel? How do I feel? Can you repeat the question?
Yeah.
Can you say one more time? How do I feel? One more time. Say it.
What do you feel when nobody understands you?
Okay. So when nobody understands me, especially for example, like in a situation here, when my Russian is limited, I feel frustrated because they don't understand what I want. So it would be a little bit of impatience on my part, but wanting to be able to communicate, yes.
Okay. You want to learn language of country.
Yes, especially the country that I'm living in. So right now in Kazakhstan, so I do want to have more Russian so that I can communicate with local people.
Okay. What we have of the people of country to foreign?
You're asking if what advices I have. Can you say that one more time?
What we have of the people of country to foreign?
What behavior
Yeah.
should I have? Have people of country what? However, have people. So what I should do if they don't understand? They don't understand the question or what I'm trying to say, then I will have to make sure that they understand the meaning and then try to communicate by using non-verbal gestures. Okay? Is that clear? Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Welcome, Martin.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
I want to talk with you
Okay. What would you like to talk to me about?
of interview.
Okay, interview. No problem.
Question number 1. What skills we can use if we don't understand language?
Language. What skills can you use if you don't understand language? Well, with kindergarten, you can obviously translate. You can use people to help you to translate. But with kindergarten, we tend to use our hands. So if I say, like Suda, you point and people will understand.
Yeah.
And also drawings as well. So maybe translation, repeat your words. Maybe you can use, like I say, you can use pictures or you can use your hands.
Second number 2. How many languages do you know?
How many languages do I know? I know English, Ruski, French, and a little bit of Arabic. So I know one language and little bits of others. So 2 or 3.
And what was the language?
What language?
Last.
Oh, the last language. English, Russian, French, Arabic.
What you feel when nobody understands you?
What do I feel? Oh, I think you can understand the same. I kind of feel a bit frustrated, like, oh, because I work with some teachers who don't speak any English. So I will ask them a question, and they go, stop. and they'll speak to me in Russian. I say, I'm sorry. So it gets a little bit frustrating, it does. But I think you just need to calm down, and yeah. So I would say frustration, but also it encourages you to learn. So yes.
You want to learn the language of this country?
I do, but there are two languages of this country. The official language is Kazakh, and then there's Russian. So I find Kazakh harder. I know more Russian, but in Kazakh I know Rahmet, is that right? And Salamat as well. But in Russian I know maybe 100 words. So yes, I'm learning Russian, but not Kazakh.
And last question.
Last question.
What behavior have on the people of this country for ignorance?
Oh, what is the behaviour of people to this country of foreigners? Well, I find most people very polite. You know, they're very kind, very polite. They tend to know I'm a foreigner, probably as they do with the other teachers, because we tend to wear maybe the same clothes, but maybe a little bit different. Like I tend to wear like a hairband because of my long hair, and I smile a lot and wave. So most people are polite and friendly, but some people are a little bit like kind of curious or a little bit like scared. Who's this person? Are they from a different place? So most people are very friendly, but some people who've never met another person from another country, they're a little bit frightened. But most people are very nice.
Thank you. It is all.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, I'm Deepa.
Hello, I'm fine. How are you?
Fine. Now I ask to you interview questions. First question: what skills can we use if we don't understand language?
We should use thinking skill, because we should think. If people are not able to understand us, then how we can communicate?
What do you feel when nobody understands you?
Feel alone because people are not understanding, and you like that people should understand.
Do you want to learn language of this country?
Yes, I want, because if I will learn the language of this country, it will be more good for me. I will feel more comfortable, but it is a little bit hard for me.
What language do you know?
I know English, Hindi, Sanskrit, and very, very little Russian, I can say. Very little.
How people or defined country should behave with foreigners?
They should be friendly with them so that we should feel comfortable. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Lisa, what skills can we use if we don't understand language?
We can use a lot of different types of communication skills. We can use non-verbal communication, maybe not speaking. We can draw some pictures. We can find out other ways of communicating if we don't speak it.
What do you feel when nobody understands you?
I think it can be very frustrating. It can make you very angry inside. And I think you have to try really hard to not be angry, and you have to be tolerant and patient.
Do you want to learn language of this country?
I've tried, yes. It's very difficult when you move around all the time as a teacher to learn languages, learn lots of different languages. I think I know a little bit of Russian. My son, who's 3 years old, knows a lot of Russian. And Kazakh is very similar to Turkish, so I know a little bit of Kazakh. So I try.
What language do you know?
English is my native tongue. I know Welsh, which is my home language, and also French. I speak French.
How people of different countries should behave with foreigners?
Well, I don't think anybody should change for foreigners. I don't think any culture should change the way they are for visitors to their country. But I think the best thing that a country can do is perhaps be helpful and supportive to people visiting their country, because if you're not, you're not going to want to go back.
Yes.
So I think being helpful, maybe when you ask questions, for people to try and understand you, or try as hard as they can to understand you. And I think that's the most helpful thing that people can do, is to just be patient and open to visitors, but don't change.
Mhm.